first new EC in Pasir Ris in over 12 years, talk to Tony for VVIP preview.
If you're watching Singapore's property market, you know one thing is absolutely on fire right now, the Executive Condominium, or EC. So to really get what's going on, we're going to zoom right in on one of the most talked about launches of the year, happening in the coastal town of Pasir Ris. Think about Pasir Ris for a second. It's got this unique vibe, right? It's all about that family-friendly seaside lifestyle. You got a massive park, the beach. It just feels a bit more relaxed. And it's that exact feeling that's creating this huge buzz for the first new EC to pop up there in more than 10 years. Which brings us to the big question. What is going on here? Why are ECs the hottest ticket in town all of a sudden? Is it just about the price, or is there something bigger driving this craze? Well, we're about to dig into the data, the demand, and the dollars to figure it all out. All right, let's dive in. We're going to use a specific project as our case study. It's called Coastal Cabana. And let me tell you, its launch isn't just another building opening up. For the whole Pasir Ris area, this is a really big deal. 12 years. Just let that sink in. That's how long it's been since the last EC launched in this neighborhood. A whole decade-plus gap has created this incredible pent-up demand, especially from HDB owners living in the East who are ready to upgrade but really don't want to leave the area they love. So the developers aren't just selling you four walls and a roof. They're selling a lifestyle, a dream. We're talking resort-style living with a downtown East Hub right next door for all your entertainment needs. The park and the beach are just a quick stroll away, and you might even get some sea views. I mean, as a package, that is incredibly hard to resist. But here's the thing. This project isn't happening in a bubble. We need to zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture, because people are calling 2025 a bonanza year for the entire EC market across the whole of Singapore. Now, for anyone who's not familiar, here's the quick and dirty on what an EC actually is. It's a pretty unique Singaporean thing. Think of it as a bridge between public and private housing. You got all the fancy condo perks, the pool, the gym, the security, but at a subsidized price. Then, after 10 years, poof, it becomes a fully private property you can sell on the open market. And the demand for these things? Oh, it is absolutely undeniable. Get this. A staggering 96% of all new EC units that launched in two major projects this year have already been sold. That's basically a sellout. It just goes to show how hungry the market is for this exact type of home. So what's really behind this frenzy? Well, a huge part of the answer is just simple economics. If you look at the numbers, new ECs are almost 30% cheaper than similar private condos in the same areas. For anyone dreaming of owning a private home, that kind of discount is a massive, massive pull. Okay, let's zoom back into Coastal Cabana, because no matter how attractive a property is, there are always trade-offs, right? And for this one, it boils down to that classic Singaporean dilemma: lifestyle versus convenience. And here it is, laid out plain and simple. On one side, you have the dream, that amazing lifestyle, the park, the sea breeze, feeling like you're on vacation every day. But on the other side, you have the reality of the daily commute. And for a lot of people, a 15-minute walk to the MRT, that's a serious factor to consider. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This isn't just some analyst talking. This is a real concern from a potential buyer right from a public forum. User Coalesce puts it bluntly. It's at least 15 minutes plus. This is exactly the kind of practical detail that real buyers are chewing over. But, and this is a big but, here's the counter argument. You might be a bit of a walk from the train, but you are literally steps away from downtown East. We're talking a water park, movie theaters, tons of places to eat and shop. For a family, having that right on your doorstep, that could easily beat a shorter walk to the MRT. All right, let's talk about the price tag. Because this project isn't just riding a wave of demand, it's actually creating new waves. It's setting new benchmarks, and it all comes down to the crazy cost of land. This timeline here tells the entire story. The land for Coastal Cabana set a record when the developer won the bid, but that record only lasted for about 2 months before another one broke it. And then that record was broken again. This upward march in land prices is the number one thing pushing the final selling prices higher and higher. So those soaring land costs, they translate directly into what you, the buyer, will pay. The estimated price for Coastal Cabana is expected to be somewhere between $1,700 and $1,800 per square foot. That's a brand new record for an EC in Pasir Ris, and it's a direct result of that fierce bidding for land. So you're looking at that high price and probably asking, okay, what's the long-term play here? Is it a good investment? Let's zoom out one last time and see how these properties have performed over the years and what the future might hold for this area. Now, of course, past performance is no guarantee of future results. We all know that. But the track record for Pasir Ris ECs is pretty compelling. Take Belisa, for example. It launched way back in 2011, and its price per square foot has more than doubled since then. The other ECs in the area show really strong, consistent growth too. And when we look to the future, there is one massive catalyst on the horizon, the Cross Island Line. By 2030, Pasir Ris isn't just going to be another station, it's going to be a major interchange. For connectivity, that is an absolute game changer, and it's almost certainly going to make the whole area more attractive. And it's not just the new train line. The entire East region is transforming. You've got the huge expansion of Changi Airport with T5. You've got major job centers like Changi Business Park and Loyang Industrial Estate. All of this economic activity creates jobs, which supports property demand and value in the long run. So, after looking at the demand, the price, the lifestyle, and the future, we're left with this one big thought. The EC sits in this really fascinating sweet spot, right? It blends a government subsidy with the dream of owning a private condo. So you have to wonder, for more and more people, is this becoming the new Singaporean dream? Something to think about.